eCommerce, e-commerce network for professionals by professionals.
So today I actually want to talk about the pet industry. This is something that we're seeing a huge rise in and just total disruptions across the e-commerce marketplace. It's no secret that some of the online marketplaces like Chewy have just come in and thrown the entire pet services industry upside down. Everything from specialty pet foods to garden variety products to pet toys and just anything else related to pet products and pet services. And these are actually, believe it or not, one of the top selling items on Amazon, eBay, and Walmart.com as well. So what do you really do when we're dealing with some of these issues? So something that I did is we went ahead and got with Chewy, for example, and conducted our own little internal investigation with them. We wanted to find out, how is Chewy able to get so many products at such great prices that are disrupting the prices on Amazon and in some of the other marketplaces? And what we found out is that in order for Chewy to accept or to make a purchase or to carry those products on their site, it actually has to come direct from the manufacturer or from an authorized distributor. So Chewy is not a place where you're going to find third-party retailers dumping inventory. These are places that have either direct access from the manufacturer itself or from an authorized large enough distributor to supply Chewy with the quantities that they need to match with their fulfillment guidelines and standards. So whenever you're matching any of your products that you see on Chewy, for example, that's something that's either going to come from the manufacturer directly or from one of your major distributors that are going to be able to meet their fulfillment requirements. In other areas, there are a ton of distributors and other sources all over the country and all over the world that are now becoming famous for selling these pet industry products off to third-party resellers. It's a hot ticket item, and these are things that people are starting to really catch on to the fact that I think the latest number I saw was that the pet service industry is an $80 billion industry now. That's massive. So there's a lot of people that are seeing which way that money is flowing, and they're wanting to go ahead and jump in front of that. There's a huge market for it, and there's a ton of high quality, everything from pet foods, toys, and everything else. Look, bottom line, guys, people love their pets. They want to get them the best stuff. And what do we know that Amazon in particular does? They have a way of getting the best stuff at the lowest prices with the fastest shipping options. And now they have to compete with other marketplaces like Chewy that are buying direct from manufacturers and from distributors at wholesale and able to cut at really low prices. So the pet services industry, this is an extremely competitive niche. And it's something that you've really got to be able to manage your online channel. So a couple of tips I would give to you on this one is one, restrict the number of authorized sellers that you have. You cannot gain anything from having a huge abundance of sellers selling this kind of product. If anything, it can dilute the equity of your brand, and you're really now getting competitive over sales, and it's causing a lot of people to kind of get into a dog-eat-dog world. No pun intended there. But that's definitely something you want to do. Number two is you want to really exercise as much control as you can over your distributors. You want to make sure that large quantities aren't getting sold off to third-party sites like Chewy at a major discount that can cause real harm and competition between that site and all the rest of your existing business-to-business and business-to-customer relationships. You want to be able to keep the marketplace fair by regulating that, and those are things that you're going to need to try to do out ahead of the game. Number three, if you fail to do one of those two things, or if you have and things have just gotten completely out of control, you've really got to be able to put together a strategic step-by-step plan to basically triage the situation and figure out where to start and how to peel it back apart. And for me, I always recommend that you start on Amazon. That's going to give you the most insight as to where the real issues are and where they're starting. Once you can figure out who some of these sellers are, where they're sourcing your products from, you can now work backwards to start to figure out where you can get to the root of these issues and start to find a solution. I hope this has been helpful for you guys.